Hi, everyone. It's Anahata. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Onward we march to our Bliss Biz, Dose 3, Elixir 1. And today we're going to talk about the Bliss Biz Blueprint, another system that I've developed. And this is really the strategy. This is how to map your funnel from microdose to megadose. And we're going to do that today. This is the meatiest of all of the doses. So let's get going. We're going to cover a lot in 20 minutes. So I'm going to go fast, but you can always come back. It's my proprietary strategy. Again, I call it Bliss Biz Blueprint. And it involves your mega dose, your microdose, your mini dose, and your memberships. We're going to talk about pricing, delivery, messaging for each phase of this funnel. We're going to work backwards. We're going to wireframe your mega dose, your microdose, your mini dose, and your memberships. I just realized this is supposed to be, here we go, mega, mini, micro, and then memberships is a floater we will discuss in a minute. And then again, this is wireframe only. You're not doing the work, okay? There's no details beyond outlining because you already know what medicine you have in terms of what you're curious about, what you know about, or what you directly have mess about, right? Those are the ways you cultivate your magic. And so, you know, even if you're just curious, when you outline it, you know you'll be able to go get the ingredients, or maybe you have knowledge, which is you've already got the ingredients, or you got the mess, which is firsthand experience as well, right? So we're not detailing everything out. We're just wireframing, and we're going to use a template. It's called MindMeister. It's free. I'll show you. You just go to mindmeister.com, but we'll get there. And if you don't like that software or style or technique to map it out, you can always just use the Word documents I'm providing for you as well. And your homework today will be actually getting that fleshed out. It will probably take you an hour or two. So this is, again, the nuts and bolts, the meat and potatoes of this Elixir 1. So take your time on this. If you want to spread it out over the course of a few days, totally do that. This is the Bliss Biz Blueprint. This is what you're going to refer to throughout the whole 6 months. So without further ado, things to consider in this funnel, this mapping, this Bliss Biz Blueprint, are the funnel pricing. And these are just loose reference points. You do what feels right to you. This is what's worked for me, as well as what I see in the industry. And that is your mega dose, your high-end, applicant-based personal coaching is going to be priced at $5,000 and above. $5,000 and above. You really don't want to go below $5,000. A lot of people are charging $10,000 for a 6-month program. That's a long time. If you're going to give someone something that's going to transform their entire life and they aren't willing to pay $5,000 for it, they don't want it bad enough. And again, I'm not going to get into an argument about a lack versus abundance. And some people just have it hard in life. They're not in that frame of mind yet to be able to go out and give the energy, money, that is needed to receive. And that's all that money is. Now, if you need more help with these limiting beliefs to really make sure you feel that your program is worth $5,000, I would refer you to the bonus program, the Vishada Mastery. The course 1 work in there, it's in the member center for you, is all about shadow integration, block removal, and we work through all of that in there if you need some help with that. So absolutely, you must command $5,000 and above because it is worth that, okay? I'm letting you set up your business to get 6 figures within 6 months. If I said, here's $100,000, but give me 5, would you? Yes, you would. Yes, you would. And your mega dose is going to be just as transformative. All right. So microdose is the mid-range between $500 to $1,000. This is for anyone. It's not applicant based. You don't pick and choose. Anyone can take it. Likewise, if it's a certification, you know, between the $5,000 to $1,000 range, it's not really hands-on for you. You do it once, you set it up, and then they go ahead and do it. Mini dose is that impulse buy, that portal product, the low price, high value digital offering for anyone, priced between $20 to say $99. It needs to be really, hey, yeah, I'll grab that. You know, it's an impulse buy. They don't need to know you from Adam to be able to say, or Amanda, to be able to say, yeah, you know what, given what is listed here, you know, it's worth, you know, the cost of 2 cups of coffee. Nowadays, coffee is, you know, crazy amount of money. And if you have 2 or 3 of those a week, you know, you've already spent what you would spend on this program, on the program. And then lastly, memberships. That's a monthly fee unlocking certain areas, but a time limit, a time framer, right? So between $20 and $40 per month. And we're going to outline now, but we're going to develop and deploy all of this through the remaining elixirs. So don't think that we're going to actually flesh these out. We're wireframing only. I'm going to teach you how to write the content, how to market it, how to set it up and launch it, each in its own separate elixir over the coming months, okay? So don't worry, don't stress. Right now we are wireframing, okay? And then again with the funnel delivery, the mega dose, the largest program, it's live mixed with on demand. That's this program. I'm doing on demand stuff for you like these, but I also do the live coaching, live masterminds, right? And then personal coaching. The archives are available. See how, you know, worth it is? It's a lot of information that you can reference a lot of different ways and you'll always have. The microdose, I mixed these up again. I'm so sorry. The smallest one is micro. So anyway, to clarify, sorry guys. So the mini dose is the in between. That's on demand plus some lives, right? Depending on what you want to do. It's a masterclass series. And the microdose is always on demand 100%. You don't do anything. You can have thousands of people buy that program. It's evergreen. It's always relevant, there, ready to go, automated only, no live. And then the memberships are on demand as well, accessible layering, which we'll talk about later with time limiters, okay? I did it here too. Just to make sure you guys, I'm gonna fix this. Isn't this awesome that I can fix it in real time? I apologize. So microdose is the smallest, right? Mini dose is the mid-range and mega dose is the high. So it goes from micro to mini to mega. I'm so sorry about that. Anyway, moving on, and I'm sure I did it here too. Just fix it before we get going. Sorry about that typo, guys, but you get it. And this is all happening for a reason, so it's all good. So the funnel messaging varies based on the level of programming as well. So we have Megadose. It's very, the messaging is very hands-on. It's interactive, like what we're doing right now. There's two-way conversation going. We'll be doing that, you know, throughout, where we're Zooming together, where you're having a conversation with me, and of course we do personal coaching as well as group coaching. This is also all the information I know. I'm not holding back anything. There isn't anything after this, right? This is it. This is all the information I know about Bliss Biz to give it to you. I'm leaving nothing on the table, off the table. And then it's what you really need. This is what you really need, right? We'll see what I mean by that with the other ones. The mini doses, this is the master class. This is live, but it's one way, right? When I do masterclass series, I do live, and then they go to archive on demand to reference, but it's that personal live energy feeling, but I deliver one to many. So it's live, but it's one way. You can have the chat, and again, guys, I'm going to teach you how to do each of these, and we'll get into logistics. You can have a chat, which I have on my master class series slash like the code quests are my version of that right now. There's on-demand replays. It's most of the information, but it's not all of it. It's an introduction to what they probably need, but it doesn't take them all the way as these 6 months programs do. So at the end of any mini dose, you're going to give a call to action, a funnel into more. And of course, the microdose, this is your portal product. This is just touching the basics. And this is the important differentiator with microdoses, with portal products. It's only the information they think they need. They think they need one thing, and you're going to give them that answer, but that answer is going to naturally lead to more, and it's going to be what they actually need, right? For example, if you're an Ascension teacher, you don't talk about Ascension to people who don't know what that is. You're over their head. They think they need some sort of stress relief or some sort of anxiety remedy, right? They're freaking out. They think they're losing their minds. They're getting messages. They're seeing numbers. They're going, what the hell's going on with me, right? Ascension, this is just an example. They think they need one thing, and you're going to give it to them. You give them what they need, the answers to their urgent problems based on that list that we outlined, but you know they need something more than that quick fix. And that's the beauty of the funnel. You're going to give them what they need, but you're going to also lead them towards what they really need that they don't know necessarily they need yet. Because if they did, they wouldn't need you. I hope that makes sense. We have plenty of time to get that honed in, but you'll see here. And the memberships, that is totally automated as well. There's a time limiter, and it's a mixture of all. It's sort of like once you have a database of portal products, of master classes, and of certifications, depending on what layers you want to give them, you can give them sort of all of it for a certain time frame and for a monthly fee. Okay, membership fee. So we're going to work backwards today from large to small. And the reason why we do that is because if you don't, you'll tend to, if you go for mini dose first, you're going to want to spill the beans right away. You're going to list everything you have, and then you're going to realize this is a huge program. This is much too large given the price point. So you want to scale it back based on your big one and working backwards. Give it all and then go back out to a small condensed microdosed version. So the mega is holding nothing back. It's all your magic. The micro, did I do this again? So sorry, guys. I have a feeling I did it through the whole thing, so I apologize. So we have the mega is everything. The mini is giving but framing only. And well, how terrible. I'm so sorry. Wow, I just labeled them incorrectly. So the mid-range is giving almost everything, right? It's giving them pretty much what they didn't even know they need, whereas the micro is what they need, what they think they need, right? We'll get into it. It's not as complicated as you think. It's just basically the gateway needs to answer what they think they need and lead to more, whereas the mini, by then they really sort of know that there's something more, and because they're paying more, right? The more you pay, the more you get. And so that denotes the phase that they are at with their evolution with you as well. And then memberships is all about exclusivity and tribe. right? We'll get into that. So we are going to do this today, or whenever you can do it soon. Spend an hour or two. We're going to wireframe only. We are not working it out. We are not writing the content. Okay, we are just wireframing. Okay, zoom in, but sorry, zoom out, and we will zoom in later. So don't do the work now. This will allow us to not be overwhelmed. This will allow us to get paid as we go. And this will also allow there to be no writer's block, because if you do a good job wireframing, you are going to have more than enough content. You're not going to wonder, now what should I, include, or what should I write about today? You'll know exactly what you need to do. And again, this is going to translate to your ability to get your programs launched, because if you are overwhelmed, you're going to put it off. No one wants to bite off more than they can chew. So when we just wireframe, we're just playfully listing, right? Yep, we're not doing the work yet. It's not time for work. So we're going to do this. I'm going to show you, and there is a way I'm going to show you. It's called Mind Miser. And also, I just want to let you know that simultaneously, as I teach you over the next several months, I'm actually going to be building out brand new programs as well to show you, to put the action into, oh wow, okay, here's an example, a real world example of what she just taught us, and she's doing it, right? I really want to give you that layer, and I might as well build out more programs while we do this together. So there's going to be that layer that I want to just let you know about. So I'm going to share my screen. It's the Mind Miser map, and it's called the Bliss Biz fractal map. Okay, I'm giving this to you. There's a link in the handout today. Now look at it. It's just a wireframe, and you can zoom in. So we zoom in, and we see there are 4 sections: megadose, all you know; mini dose, intro to what you know they need; microdose, what they need, what they think they need. Now, thankfully, I did it correctly on this one. I don't know why I did it wrong on the PowerPoint. So again, from large to small, the megadose is all you know, and it's what they truly need. The mini dose is the mid-range, and it's an introduction, gives them the taste of what you know that they need, and they're like, wow, my eyes are open. And of course, the microdose is what they think they need, and you give it to them. But you set the portal to other programs, and you can also tweak it for multiple micro niches. So I gave you the link here. You're going to be able to go to mindmeister.com, set up your own account. You'll get 3 free maps, and you can just open this in one window and open your own map in another and use it to go, okay, so who do I serve? What do I solve? That is what I put in the center. Now I'm going to work on my mega dose. Call it whatever you want. It's all you know. This is your big 6-month program. And what should I include in it? Well, we're gonna address mindset, strategy, and tactics. So you'll put mindset, and you're gonna list A, B, C. A, what's your story? This is either your mess, the knowledge that you've gained, or your curiosity, right? You're framing, you're loosely saying, my story. This is surrounding the topic you're teaching. What's the science or concept or philosophy? This is also part of mindset. What is the motivation? This is the pain, framing the pain, and giving them the desire to want to discover this information. You can quickly see how you have a lot to say already about the topic you're talking about. 2, you want to wireframe out how does whatever you're teaching work? The nuts and bolts, the strategy. You're going to provide a wireframe or process that's unique to you. And I will help you in live coaching. If you get stuck on these ones, I can provide a lot of inspiration, but at least get it framed out. Some things that you may think would be your own way of doing things, your own process, your own strategy. And then you're going to show how you do it, right? First, you have to explain what you're doing. Then you have to show how you do it. The tactical information is going to be providing ways to do it, but actually doing it. Like here's the worksheet, just how this is the wireframe strategy, and then I'm going to say, now go do it. You're going to use my strategy to actually do it. There's going to be forms, worksheets, resources in the tactical information section of your megadose. There's going to be coaching and masterminding. Now look here, I have the delivery notes for all of this that you've typed out, and it's agile. It's totally at your own accord, whatever feels right for you, but I like 6 topics, and I like to deliver the 6 topics. First week is teaching, second week is doing, third week is coaching, and fourth week is group mastermind. So if you can think of 6 topics within your megadose based on these areas, and you weave in mindset, strategy, and tactic, and you teach, and then you let them do, and then you coach them on it, and then you do a group mastermind, you've got a megadose product right there. Okay, so that's your megadose fractal information. And again, you know, spend maybe an hour or 2 total to get this whole map going, or spend maybe 40 minutes doing this, and then 40 minutes doing this, and 40 minutes doing that. Let it sit for a while and then come back and tweak it. The most important thing to understand is this is all agile. It's going to ebb and flow, and it's going to change. So then you move to your mini dose, and this is your mid-range masterclass type of program. It's got the same components, okay, but it's just a very quick taste. It's not, we don't do, as I said here, it's surface-based intro. I'm going to zoom in a little more so you can see this. Sorry about that. It's a surface-based intro to the 6 topics of your megadose. There's no worksheet, there's no coaching, there's no group mastermind, there's no personal interaction. Summaries are okay. And, you know, perhaps you do want to provide a worksheet here and there, but again, you have to justify the huge jump in price to $5,000. So you don't want to give it all to them in your master classes. 5 weeks of an hour long of information is plenty of information to merit, you know, a $200, $300 to $1,000 price range, okay, with summaries, etc. So you may want to follow this framework or create your own. Week 1 is going to be, what's your story? What's the framework? What's the introduction to what you're going to be showing them? Week 2 is the mindset information. Week 3 is the strategy information. Week 4 is tactics and showing them. And week 5 is recap, walking through it from A to Z with a call to action to your mega, right? At the end of your mini dose, which is your masterclass series, you're going to always want to spend time explaining where they can go from here, aka the 6-month program that you have for them. And the call to action, or CTA, call to action, is always going to be apply for my 6-month journey, right? So that's the mini dose. And again, guys, I give you the link to this so you can look at it, but also I'm going to give you a Word document, which we're going to go over in just a second. Then we come to the microdose. Now, again, this is what they want, right? You've got to give them what they've said they want. So, of course, you're going to weave in what you know they really need, but it's mainly going to just be to satisfy and frame that the fact that there is bigger answers out there. You're going to satisfy what they need, you're going to answer what they need, and then you're going to show them the portal to more, right? So dose 1, if you're going to do 6 doses, is going to be setting the stage again, your story, why you understand their pain. Dose 2, and why they should trust you. Dose 2, what's the mindset or concept behind how you're going to solve their pain. Dose 3, how, what's the strategy, okay? Not beyond the concept, what A, B, and C. And then dose 4, let's do that. Here's how you do it, okay? Let's get our feet wet, hands messy. Let's dive in and do it. And dose 5 is start to finish, tying it all together, reiteration. Dose 6 is potentially the call to action to the mini dose or the mega, depending on what you want to do. You can go straight from your portal product microdose into your mega, as you all did, right? With the Discover Your Magic. You can do that. You can go straight from a low-priced $20 to $99 offering straight into apply for this 6-month journey. You can do that, or you can put them into your next rung, which is your mini dose, your master classes. And again, it's a portal to other programs. That's the point of a portal product, of the microdose, of the smallest version of what you do. It's a portal. And so because it's a portal, you can tweak your portal product to various micro niches, which is what I'm going to do. Case in point, I'm going to have 5 or 6 doses about the Anahata codes. 5 out of 6 of those doses are going to be the same information. There's going to be 1 dose that's specifically speaking directly to someone with cancer. And that's one of my micro niches. So there'll be a portal product, codes for cancer. I don't know if that's what I'm going to call it, but there's going to be another one, codes for anxiety. And all I'm doing is tweaking one of the 5 or one of the 6 doses to speak directly towards that micro niche. So be thinking about that for you as well, because you don't want to work harder, you just want to work smarter. So how can you, and don't worry, in a minute I'll show you the worksheet, you'll see I built it in for you. How can you tweak one of the 6 elements, or 5, depending on how many you do, to be specific to a micro niche and call it a totally separate program, even though 90% of the content across all of your portal products are the same. So in Elixir 2, when we are actually creating your portal product, I'm going to create my portal product, but I'm going to create probably 5 of them. And I'm not doing 5 separate portal products. I'm doing 1 portal product and tweaking an element, a dose of it to cater to a micro niche. You could do the same thing. Example, you're a feng shui practitioner and you've got a portal product that's going to lead them into wanting to hire you or in a personal way. Now, you have 5 doses over mindset, strategy, tactics, your story, feng shui, logistics, science, all of the stuff that we were just wireframing over here, right? Concept, philosophy, motivation, explanation, yada, yada. One of them, though, is going to talk to students who are trying to study, right? For a PhD or something, right? That could be a micro niche. And so your whole portal product can talk to just that micro niche. And you could build one for mothers who are trying to ensure harmony within the family, as an example. And a third portal product, exactly the same information, you're just tweaking 1 dose, could be for people who are trying to find the love of their life. So they want to feng shui their house to, really get their Bagua map set to where they're going to call in their match, their soulmate, right? very specific, pain point and niche. 3 different people having 3 different requests, and 90% of that portal product can be the same information. You just tweak one of those doses and you have a whole new portal product. I hope that makes sense, because 90% of the concept minus the story and the pain is the same. And then finally, we have memberships, and that is, you know, it's a portal of portals. It's the mecca of portals, where you sort of, as you build your portfolio of products and courses, you can say, look, you have access to all of this for $40 a month. You know, most people buy gym memberships and they never go to the gym. It's just an ongoing payment. So having a time frame, you'd be surprised. People get a 6-month membership and then they don't get through all the content, and then they go for a year. Well, it adds up over time, and they don't get to keep it forever, whereas they would get to keep all of this stuff if they bought it outright at a higher price. I hope that makes sense, and we'll get into it in Elixir 5, I believe. Okay, so back to, I'm going to share my screen with you all to get back to the PowerPoint, and it's going to be your turn now, okay? I'm going to share with you, just open the Word document, the Bliss Biz fractal map, and actually I'm going to share it with you real quick. Sorry. Let's see, show all windows, the Bliss Biz fractal map. This is your homework, okay? It's got a link right here to the map that I just showed you. I want you always to put your portal promise here, who you serve, the problem you solve. You need to really keep that focused for you to be able to understand the messaging, the wireframe of what you're trying to achieve. Now, it's got all the information that I already went through, okay? And it's got, you're just going to type over this, right? Okay, so what's my story? In a sentence, we're wireframing, okay? What's the general science? What's the general motivation mindset, framing their pain, etc. Moving into the strategy. Most of this is wireframed, guys. If you have a concept of who you serve and the problem you solve, the work is done. You know that this is what you can pull from, and just add a little bit of notes about it. Wireframe only, not a big paragraph, just like the basics. And then the potential framework for delivery, okay? I've listed it here for you. It should be very simple at this point. But we can go into it in your personal coaching and the live coaching as well. Mini dose, okay? So we're working backwards because you want to flesh out your mega first and then your mini. And I've added some additional content flow that works here in case you're still stuck on what you should be including. You can mimic the chakras and, you know, talk about security and body 1 week, creativity and gestation another, empowerment and action another, unconditional love, community and unity, communication and expression, intuition, higher self and instincts, and ascension, transcendence and consciousness, right? I'm not suggesting that you talk about chakras. I'm suggesting that you map whatever content you're talking about to deliver all chakras. So you're going to have an element of talking to about security and body and 3D, an element about creativity and gestation, an element about empowerment. See what I mean? Likewise, a good content flow could be past, present, and future. You can divide up your content in that flow, addressing the past, addressing the now, and projecting into the future. The book that I wrote your less intensive journal, this one, I do that in there. This whole book flow is about past, present, and future. So then your microdose, that's your portal product. And I made note of the variable based on your micro niche. Depending on the person you're serving, you can have 5 to begin with, 1 to begin with. But you have to have a micro niche, a very specific person in mind. And then I'm giving you ideas for dose 1, dose 2, dose 3, dose 4, dose 5, and dose 6. And then we wrap up this Bliss Biz fractal map with memberships. And as I said, it's really the final element. Once you build programs, you unlock access to multiple microdoses and mini doses all at once. And you can build in more perks like a monthly live session or monthly coaching for members, etc. We'll get into that later. So there's really nothing to be done with the memberships for now, because we aren't building a specific program for that until we have other programs. So I will end this portion. We probably went over because this was the meatiest of all, but I had to get all of this content in one dose because it wouldn't make sense if I split it up. So it's your turn. If you don't like technology to use the mindmeister.com, you can use the Word document. I want to make sure you know, though, that you can export the mind map into a Word format. I'm just going to show you so that you understand you can do that. So we're back at the Bliss Biz Fractal MindMeister map. And once you fill this all out, you create your own and you're ready to export it to a Word document, you can press this button here. That is the download. Print your map. And you can export it to an RFT file. Everything else you have to upgrade, but you don't need to upgrade. Just use the document outline. It's already toggled, or you can toggle it if it's here, toggle it to document outline and then export. And it's going to give you an RFT document. It'll open right up. I'll just do it, export. It's downloading. And when you open it, when it's done, you can see everything you just did will be exported into, I have to stop share and reshare a different screen. Sorry, it's super clunky. And so this is the view. It just takes what you did and puts it in an outline form. So that's really cool. So that's your homework, is to do that. So that you have a clear map of what you're going to be delivering within each Elixir program. Let's share my screen. We're going to go back to the PowerPoint, see what's on the docket next, and we'll end. And yes, this one did go over a little bit, but that's okay. So where are we headed? We've already talked about the fractal information system. We've talked about what to include, the trinity of content. We've now mapped it out. We've zoomed out, right? And we're mapping the general topics. Next, we're gonna, in dose 4, zoom in and wireframe more. And then coming soon to round out Elixir 1 is, how do I serve this information up? So this is the delivery considerations. And then we round out with the essential tips for success. Okay, guys, awesome. Don't be overwhelmed, just take it step by step by step. The work's pretty much done. I've done it for you. You just need to open up the document and loosely list out as applied to your topic. the information that you would be sharing at each turn of the adventure. All right, and again, we are going to be spending time in the personal coaching and the group coaching, really getting each of our maps crystal clear. All right, we'll see you in dose 4. Bye for now. Talk soon.